Hi, I'm John Shen, and I would like to welcome you to my presentation about the Internet of Things. In the future, the Internet of Things will manifest in our lives in many different ways, but today I'll be focusing on how it might impact our homes, our lives, and the nature of home insurance. The Internet of Things is a network of devices connected to the Internet. These devices are also known as smart devices or connected devices, and they contain sensors which allow them to collect data and share this data with people or other devices. The fact that these devices are connected to the Internet also means that devices can be controlled remotely and can interact with other devices to do things automatically based on what you might think of as if, then, else conditions. For example, let's consider a smart thermostat which controls the temperature in your home. You can connect to it via your phone and manually set the temperature. Alternatively, you might have some conditions set up so that when the device detects you have arrived home from work, it will automatically set the temperature to the perfect level for you. Or when the house is empty, the thermostat will automatically switch off the air conditioner. Finally, the thermostat can give you data about your energy usage patterns, which may trigger you to change the way that you use the device. There are many other examples, such as smart kitchen appliances and smart self-driving cars. I like to think of smart devices as the analogue of self-driving cars for motor insurance. The presence of smart devices will give consumers more information about their home and potentially the ability to reduce or prevent some of the common events that give rise to insurance claims, specifically the attritional or working claims. As an example, consider water damage or escape of liquid claims. In broad terms, there are two main categories of damage: sudden bursts and slow leaks over time. A smart water meter should be able to help you identify if slow leaks are occurring, because if no one is using any water in the house, there are no taps, showers or toilets being used, then you wouldn't expect the device to be telling you that there is water flowing. Ideally, this information should be given to the consumer as an alert, so that they can take preventative action and stop the leak from getting worse. For sudden bursts, smart water meters can identify that there is an anomaly in water usage patterns, and in some cases, automatically shut off the water. This could mean that instead of your house flooding over the week while you're on holiday, the water flow is limited to just a few minutes or seconds. As smart devices start to enter our homes, we might expect to see a reduction in the frequency of some common working claims perils, such as escape of liquid or theft. Eventually, this could have some impact on premiums. Smart devices also have the potential to speed up claim lodgement. For example, rather than having a customer call us 3 days after their house is burned down to start processing a claim, if the smart smoke alarm has detected an anomaly, it could potentially interface with insurer systems to start the lodgement process automatically. It may also be able to link with smart security cameras to take photos of the damage so that an assessor can review these and estimate what work needs to be done to fix the house. The insurer could also make a courtesy call to check that everything is okay. If we consider a single device that streams just one piece of information every second, that's over 31.5 million data points each year. However, most devices will probably capture more than one piece of information. You could have tens of devices in homes, and insurers could have millions of customers. Putting all of that together, there's suddenly a lot more data to be stored and processed. If insurers have access to the sensor data coming from these devices, they could have opportunities to tailor the pricing and customer experience based on the behavioral data that they can see. If Joe Bloggs usually switches off all the power points in his house, does that mean he's risk averse and would appreciate it if his insurer sent him some helpful tips about how to reduce the incidence of fire claims at home? On the other hand, if he frequently forgets to turn off his lights, should the insurer send him a reminder so that he can save on his electricity bill? It's also worth noting that some insights coming from this data need to be in real time to be useful. If your smart security camera told you that your house was robbed 3 hours ago, you wouldn't be too impressed. Although some of these services will be provided by smart device vendors, insurers may want to do their own monitoring of the data streams so that they can set up their own real-time services and alerts. Having these devices connected to the internet creates cybersecurity risk in our homes. There have been many examples in the media talking about how devices have been hacked. In one case, millions of devices were hijacked and used to launch denial of service attacks on popular services such as Spotify and Netflix. There have also been instances reported of cars and cardiac devices being hacked. These examples illustrate the very real and potentially dangerous risks that are created when bringing internet-connected devices into our homes and lives. So it's critical that security is taken seriously by the manufacturers of these devices. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this topic interesting.